Okay, so I'm back to the home page, and for this video I'd like to show you how to use the chat room. And as I said at the very end of this session, I would like you to keep in mind what are some of the things or some of the ways that you can actually use a chat room within your classroom. So to get to the chat room, you're going to have to click Communication. From Communication, you're actually going to have to scroll down until you find Collaboration. So you're going to click into Collaboration. And as you can see here, I have some chats already set up. So as always, you want to click in the blue box where it says Create Collaboration Session. Now, the session name, you want to make sure that it is something that the students will be able to click in. The default is just to put your username, the date, and the time. However, I think that it's more meaningful if you put something that the students can relate to. So for ours, we're going to call this professional development. Again, you can schedule availability. I like using this feature because I have noticed that some students enjoy being in the chat room and it's hard to get them to leave the chat room. So a lot of times I will put end after and put a certain time so that the session completely will kick everyone out of the room at that given time. You can choose a collaboration tool. For this, we're just going to choose chat because that's the one that everyone would like to see, and then click submit. If you notice, our professional development is the only one that is underlined. That is because I have closed all of these other study session chat rooms that I have going because students are known to go back into the chat room and kind of have a session without me being there. So I really like to encourage you to end the session and make sure that all students are out of the session before continuing on. So we're going to click Professional Development. And this takes just a few moments to load. It does load in Java. So if you need to download Java, sometimes students will have to do that. That's why I always start my study sessions a little later than anticipated. The chat room just looks like this area here, just like a basic chat feature. Let me just go through very briefly some of the things. All of your participants will be located in this area here. If you see I have a globe next to mine, that means that I'm the moderator. The students will not have globes next to theirs, they'll have little faces next to theirs. Anytime you want to just write something, you're going to click in the compose and click send. The nice thing is it gives you the time and date that you sent the message. One of the issues that I have is this private message. For the private message, you can actually click on someone if there's more than one person there, and a little chat box would come up and you can private message with each other. This is something that I tell my students they are not permitted to use, and I do explain to them that I am able to see all of the different private messages. Over on the right hand side, just a few features here. If you would like to record the session, which I'll show you what that looks like in just a moment, you can click record, you can pause the session, you can stop recording. You can also insert a bookmark into the recording, so if there's an important point that was made, you can put a bookmark there so all students are able to see what it was. You have the user's info, and it just kind of tells you who the users are, although their names are right there. You can view it in different formats, show inline or show in a separate frame. This is for private messaging. Controls at the top, you can allow for chat and private messaging. You can also not allow students to private message. End session, you can just click this little box and it expels all users. And again, I really think that that's a good feature because some students do stay a little bit longer than they should. If you'd like to start a new session, you just can click clear, and you can click clear all local display or clear all users display, clear, and we have a blank screen to start from. This is a good option if you're having a long chat session because it does become a lot of words. So if you want to just clear it after every half hour or so and start fresh, that may help. When you end the session, you just have to click the end, and it's going to ask you if you want to end and expel all users, and you just click OK, and everyone will get a little pop-up box that says the session has ended, and they'll have to click OK for it to end.